educators, in this video, you will learn how to teach the concept of using a mapping diagram. We hope that after you watch this video, you will be able to use our method to teach your learners. At the end of this video, you will be able to teach how to solve word problems by using a mapping diagram. So what is the purpose of drawing a mapping diagram? Number 1, it is to show which input values are tracked to which output values and to identify the relationship between values. Number 2, to use the inverse function in undoing the operation.
You can teach your students using a mapping diagram to solve problems. This is an example of a mapping diagram. It should have a column for the input figures and the output figures. It can have more than 2 columns depending on the number of operations involved in the equation. But today, we will be focusing on an equation with only one operation. Now, let's solve a word problem by using a mapping diagram. Sam and Tom are brothers. Sam is 8 years older than Tom. When Sam is 50 years old, how old is Tom? Students will definitely know how to solve it using the arithmetic way, which is 50 minus 8 equals to 42. But for those students who cannot visualize it, the mapping diagram will explain it very simply. The first step to solving this problem using a mapping diagram is that you have to remind your students to state the unknowns. In this case, X will represent Tom's age and Y will represent Sam's age. Next, the second step is to guide them on how to write an algebraic equation. In this case, the equation would be X plus 8 equals Y. Let Tom be X and Sam be Y. Now let's go back to the question. When Sam is 50 years old, how old will Tom be? Let's put this equation into a mapping diagram. The input will be Tom and the output will be Sam, and the operation in between would be plus 8. So when Tom is 1 year old, Sam would be plus 8 of that, which makes it 9. The question presented is, when Sam is 50 years old, how old will Tom be? 50 will be the output because it represents Sam's age. Once you have the outline, insert the figures into the mapping diagram, and the next step is to show the main purpose of its inverse function. Students can visualize with the mapping diagram that they will have to minus 8 from Sam's age to get Tom's age. The answer is, Tom will be 42 years old when Sam is 50 years old. We used a mapping diagram to show the inverse function to see the relationship between 2 variables and solve the problem. In this question, the inverse of plus 8 is minus 8, which gives you the answer of 50 minus 8 equals to 42. The inverse will be able to help students who can't comprehend and visualize the question to solve the problem. If you have trouble explaining the arithmetic in the algebraic method, use the inverse function to solve the problem.
Thanks for watching our video, created by Kimberly, Amanda, and Christy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment in the link below.
Created using Powtoon.